Aloha! All right. This is Troy J Robertson back with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap number 15. The ladies have taken it to Hawaii for Camille Grammer's wedding that Kyle is in. All of the ladies are attending except for LVP, who is taking a lie detector test instead. Erica Jane, of course, we know is still on tour, but we've got Edwin and we've got Mauricio. We've got some house husbands. And Mauricio, this was a vacation for him. He was getting lit up like a Christmas tree and I was here for it. So let's get into this week's episode. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to FabFitFun's YouTube channel. And without any further ado, let's get into it, shall we? This week's It's a Look has to go to the stunning and beautiful blushing bride, Camille Grammer, when she walked down that runway to go meet her man. That wedding dress was just goals. It was this full length, tight where it needs to be tight because she's got a great shape. The train went all the way to Maui. Like, it covered the entire island of whatever they were on in Hawaii. Like, it was just beautiful. The hair was perfect. Camille, congratulations. You looked stunning on your wedding day and you are this week's Issa Look without a doubt. We do have an honorable mention for this week's Issa Look, and that is gonna go to Lisa Rinna in that hot pink, silky, tight, to the floor gown. This was a stunning dress for a destination wedding, especially one in Hawaii, so kudos to you. Troy's titillating topics. Topic number 1, since it is wedding season and I literally will be going to a wedding in a matter of 3 days, I wanted to talk about Lisa Rinna's opinion of Lisa Vanderpump not showing up for the wedding. Lisa Rinna, when all the ladies were talking, it basically said, it's a wedding, you show up. And I have to say, I agree, because I take weddings very, very seriously. If someone's thought of you enough to invite you to be a part of their intimate day, I think that you should try and move mountains in order to be a part of it. But I wasn't accused of planting a story, so I don't know. Lisa Vanderpump didn't go. Topic number 2, Edwin's incredible spousal advice to Teddy. When Teddy's discussing, moving forward with her business and staying busy or, trying to be more involved with the kids, she's talking about how she feels like she's gonna miss out on an opportunity if she sells her company and isn't as involved anymore. And she wants to really just be present for her kids, which Edwin responds with, listen, if it makes you happy, then you're going to make them happy. And I think that that is really, really great advice. And at the end of the day, these are two individuals who do have the means to have a little bit of help. Like, she's not going to be this unpresent mother who is working from 6 in the morning till midnight. Like, at the end of the day, she shows a lot of footage with her kids. She has time for her kids. I don't feel like they're gonna feel neglected, and you get to the point where you gotta make it work. You can't miss out on an opportunity for something that's gonna make you happy, because then you're gonna make everyone around you happy. Topic number 3 was very relatable for me, and I hopefully don't do that this weekend, and that is when Rinna, Teddy, and Dorit literally walk in to the wedding, get dropped off by the bus moments before Camille is supposed to be walking down the aisle. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I do have a punctuality problem, but I have never cut it that close, except for once. I walked into my father's marriage last fall at 1:59, it started at 2. I literally just beat his new wife walking down the aisle. So, I don't know, what are you gonna do? It happens. Let's get into this week's recap. The episode starts off exactly where we thought it was gonna start. It's where it ended last week with this anticlimactic trip to the lie detector person. And listen, I don't know. I mean, in a court of law, a lie detector test is not admissible, but in the court of public opinion, it looks really good. Like, this looks really good for her. Like, her camp made this work, and I think it's really good damage control. I'm not saying that she did all of the things, but again, the devil's in the details, and the wording is very important. And so when you're going to a lie detector test and you're doing it for yourself and you're not being accused of something, you're going to give questions that are biased because you're the one providing the questions. It's not a prosecutor providing the questions. She's not being forced to do this. She gave the questions to John Sessa. John Sessa gave the questions to the lie detector individual. So this looks really good, but I'm not buying it. I'm not saying that I believe, her partner. I'm just saying this is not corroborating All right, people. The questions were worded exactly like they've been worded all season long. Did you give the story to Radar Online? I will say that I like that it was changed to did you give the story instead of did you sell the story. I think that helps a little bit. And then the next question that was very important was, do you know anyone who gave the story to Radar Online? I don't know. Lie detector tests are not admissible in court. So if I'm playing judge and jury, I'm gonna have to cancel that evidence. I want to know what you all think though. Like, what did you think about this? Did you think that this was just for gambit and racket and just to look good, or are we buying this? Like, whose side are we on with this still? Like, do we think that this is admissible evidence in the court of public opinion, or do we think it was just a little bit of a damage control stunt? I really want your honest opinion. Let me know down below in the comments. The ladies are down in Hawaii, obviously, for Camille Grammer's wedding, and they're making a week of it. So, like, this is a huge trip. Like, Mauricio's having a great time. They're having couples time. Harry was not there for Lisa, but, like, Lisa Rinna was stunning. You know, she went to bed one night very early, and I thought it was the night before the wedding, but it turns out it wasn't. And so I was like, going to bed the night before the wedding early? Me? Never. Listen, wedding weekends, I don't care if it's in Hawaii, Timbuktu, Chicago, Jackson, Tennessee, it could be on the moon. It is a vacation weekend for me. I'm letting it rip all weekend long. And I was kind of wondering, like, why is she going to bed early? Cut to the next morning, she wakes up, she looks great, but she sounds like death becomes her. Like, she sounded wild. So it definitely made sense why she went to bed early. You know, but there was a lot of good moments with this. We saw Camille Grammer's new house. You know, she's obviously had a home in Hawaii forever. You know, she owns this one now. This one's her. It's not shared with Kelsey. It was really great to see all of the ladies go that far for her wedding. Camille, again, you looked stunning. I wish you nothing but health and happiness in your marriage. Kyle Richards, I need you to cut yourself a little slack because you looked stunning in that navy blue bridesmaid dress. And Camille Grammer, kudos to you because that bridesmaid dress was stunning. Beautiful navy blue. I think it looked great on everyone. Kyle Richards, you looked amazing in it. So don't be so hard on yourself. It was a good fit. Your shoulders did not look monstrous like you were worried about. You know, we then find out at the end of the episode that Kyle's daughter, Alexia, had seen Lisa Vanderpump at the lie detector agency place. You know, she had to be there for some things that happened personally with her work. I don't know. This seemed like a weird coincidence to me, but coincidences happen all the time, even though some people say there's no such thing as a coincidence. I don't know. It sounded a little off to me. But, you know, Alexia saw Lisa Vanderpump and John Sessa leaving the place, and Dorit's like, you know, she said a few weeks ago she was going to be getting a lie detector test. I didn't actually think she was going to do it. You know, Camille's talking about how she's a little bit disappointed in the episode that Lisa Vanderpump didn't make it. And, you know, Lisa Rinna just says flat out, she's more like, who administers these questions? Like, she's providing the questions. Everyone's like, these are not admissible in court. Lie detector tests aren't accurate. People pass them all the time. So they're not buying it. All in all, this episode was a little timid. It was just a refreshing go with the flow episode. Not a lot of action, you know, but like I've said before, the season started off, we didn't even get a lead up to the climax. The season started with the climax. So it's like, I feel like we're a little bit on a downward right now. You know, until we get to the reunion, you know, Lisa Vanderpump's not coming around. We know that from watching everything in current time that she's not showing up to things. So I think the rest of the season is going to be pretty timid until we get to the reunion. And I don't think they're filming the reunion till June, which is odd because I've seen recently that New York has already filmed their reunion, even though New York started a few weeks after Beverly Hills. So I don't know if New York's having a short season this season. I don't know what's going on. So when I know, I'll let y'all know. And that is it for this week. Thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend. I will be at one of my best friends' weddings. Andrea Larkin's marrying the love of her life, Ruben. I cannot wait to see it. So I will see you all next week. It's the end of May, summer's almost here, it's wedding season, and let's do it, people. Over and out. Bye.